Hey, Aryan. Hi, how are you doing?
Hello, sir. I'm good. Thank you for asking. What about you?
Yes, I'm also doing great. Thank you for the consideration. And Aryan, can you please walk me through your profile once?
Sure, sir. So first of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. As you know, my name is Aryan Kansal. I recently graduated with a bachelor's degree in computer application. Currently, I am pursuing a PG certification program from Data Trained regarding data science and machine learning. I am
Mm-hmm.
skilled in Power BI, SQL, Excel, and Python, and have a good knowledge of deep learning and MLPs. Recently, I completed multiple virtual internships, including two focused on data analytics and one on Power BI. These internships provided me with hands on experience on practical projects. This experience significantly boosted my confidence and enhanced my abilities to analyze large data sets, identify trends, and generate multiple actionable insights. I have also completed multiple online courses, including two from Infosys and one from Apna College. Hailing from a nuclear family, my age is 21, and my interest consists of reading psychological books, playing chess, and powerlifting. Thank you.
Okay. So you have done your certification from Apna College.
Yes, sir. It was
Okay.
a data structure and algorithm course with C++.
Okay. So what was your experience? What did you learn?
So during that time, basically, I will say I was new to C++. I knew C from backend. So during that experience, I learned a lot about firstly C++, like arrays, functions, I would say multiple things. And then we went into data structure and algorithm. For example, stack, queues, linked list, etc. So I would say the mentor was also pretty friendly. We had live classes and also multiple LinkedIn mentorship sessions. So overall, it was a great experience.
Okay. All right. So Aryan, during your internship, what was your what was your roles and responsibility?
So basically, these internships or virtual internships, as you can say, they were work from home. So I was given weekly tasks or monthly tasks, which I had to complete within a certain amount of time. I was given some deadlines. So I had to make multiple dashboards. One was also a LSTM model, which is a predictive model on machine learning. And I created multiple dashboards like age, gender bias dashboard. And one was a financial dashboard, which was a credit card dashboard. During these times, I also handled large data sets, as I mentioned, and I also create multiple reports based on that.
Okay. So Aryan, just tell me, uh, you know, what motivates you to work as a data analyst?
So I would say the thing that motivates me is my passion towards data, like seeing a raw, unstructured data converting into a very generate actionable insights and full of dashboard. It looks like very amazing to me. So it fascinates me a lot the way the structure it converts. Like first, I have unstructured data, which is like very messy. I don't want to look at even that. And then I transform the data and convert into a dashboard, which is like super amazing to look. So the transformation and the phase is the thing that excites your data analyst.
Okay. Do you often use Excel?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, all right. So just let me know, Aryan, once what all tech stacks are you familiar with?
So if I talk about data analyst, I'm familiar with Python, Excel, Power BI, and SQL.
Okay, okay. So how would you like to rate yourself on a scale of 10 when it comes to SQL, SQL?
So I would give myself a 8.4.
8.4, right?
So,
Okay. So let's get started. My basic question is, what's the basic difference between where and having clauses?
sure, sir. So we use where clause when we have to perform conditions on non-aggregated data. For example, I want to find those records who are from Delhi. So I'll use where clause here. But if I want to perform conditions or filtration on aggregated data, I will use having clause. And having clause is generally used by group by clause, like in the presence of group by clause. So if I want to find those cities whose total sales is more than 5,000, I'll use having clause.
Okay, fine. So, I didn't tell me, how do you handle duplicates duplicate records in a SQL table?
So in SQL table to handle duplicate records. Okay, sir. So if I want to handle duplicate record, first of all, what I can do, I can provide a rank function. So if there is a rank function, all the duplicate records will have the same numbers. For example, there are three records. If I perform a rank function, all of them will have the same number 1. So from that, I can get to know that these records are duplicate. And then I can delete them with the help of delete function as it deletes particular rows. And if I talk about some other way, I guess I can also use a case when function.
Sorry, come again.
A case when function, which is similar as if else function from Python.
Okay. Any other method
I'm
apart
not so
from
sure
this?
about case when, but yes, I am sure about the rank function method.
Okay. Okay. So Aryan, just write a query in the chat box to find the third highest salary from an employee table.
Sure, sir. Chat box. So employee table.
Yes.
So what are the name of the columns I have to present?
You can take as per your need. You can
Sure.
just justify. Yes.
Now what I have to order by according to which column?
Third highest salary.
Order by salary. Sure. So
Are you sure on that?
table order by salary. Yes, I am. I'll use a
Take your
semicolon if
time.
I'm using a MySQL.
Please take your time. Check once.
So I have to find the third highest, right?
Third highest salary. Yes. Correct?
Yes, sir, it's right, I guess, as for me.
Okay, fine. So Aryan, just tell me what do you understand by window functions and kindly provide me with a real-time case scenario
Sure,
using
sir.
rank and or row number.
Okay, sir, sure. Sure, sir. So, sir, a window function performs calculation across a set of table rows related to a current row, and that too without collapsing them into a single result, which we often do in a group by stage. Like in group by, we group the data and create labels. But in window function, we do not group them. Instead, it is generally used to either create a running average, a running total, which in statistical terms, we can also say a cumulative frequency. So there are basically three main key components: over, partition by, and order by. This is the basic syntax. We can also use multiple functions like rank, row number, etc. And as you said about the rank function, a rank function is generally used if we have to give ranks to certain records. There are two types of rank. One is a normal rank, second is a dense rank. In normal rank, for example, there are 5 records and 3 of them are same. So the ranking would be like 1, 2, 2, 2. There will be 3 2s, and the next number would be 5. But in dense rank, it would be 1, 3 2s, and then the next number would be 3. So if I talk about a real life example about rank. So a real life example of rank could be, for example, a prize distribution ceremony. I have to distribute 5 prizes. But if I choose use dense rank, then the fifth person would be considered as third, as all the ranks get collapsed. But as I use the ranker function, the fifth person will be considered as a fifth only.
Okay.
And if I talk about the
Yes.
syntax, we'll go like it is used inside a select query. So like
Okay.
select the name of the window function, then we got round bracket, then we use the keyword name over, then partition by a name of the column, then order by another column, and then round bracket closed from table name.
Okay. So how would you optimize a slow running query? SQL query.
So in repeat.
How would you optimize a slow running SQL query?
Sure, sir. So to optimize a slow running SQL query, first of all, I'll check there should be no asterisk symbol in select queries. as during asterisk symbol, we fetch all the columns. So it is not so ideal in a SQL query. And what I can do else? I'll try to minimize the joins. As when we join two multiple tables, it gets loaded on the, I would say, processor and makes the query a bit slow.
Okay, if you have said about joins, let me ask a
Yes.
question from join. Aryan, just tell me what do you understand by cross join? Just give me a
Okay.
short example.
Sure, sir. A cross join follows a mathematical term named Cartesian product.
Okay.
For example, there are two tables and I want to connect each row with each row of other table. I'll use a cross join. I would say this join is not really practically used as it takes a lot of computational power to create.
Mm-hmm.
So as one table has five rows, another table has five rows. So a cross join will have a 25 row table.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So, Aryan, my last question from SQL would be how would you join two tables with many to many relationships?
having two tables with many to many relationship. So first of all, I would say it mainly depends on the task I'm given because basically there are six types of joins:
Mm.
left, right, inner, full, cross, and self join. So
Okay.
I would say it's basically dependent on the task I'm given.
Okay. Well, Aryan, just tell me how proficient you are when it comes to Python.
So Python, I would say 7.9.
Okay. So, basic question. How would you handle missing data in data frame? Pandas data
Okay.
frame.
In Panda data frame, there is a function called isNull.sum. So with
Okay.
the help of that, actually it's a combination of two functions. First is isNull and second is .sum. So with the help of this, we can find which columns has how many, I would say, missing values. So what I generally prefer is if the number of missing values is less than either 3% or 5%, I can generally remove them. But if it is less than 5%, I'll try to impute them with the help of either mean median mode, which is our statistical measures,
Mm-hmm.
mean and median generally used for numerical terms, and mode for a categorical terms.
Okay.
And I can also use drop any or fill any. If there is null values and I want to provide a single value to all the missing values, I can use a function named dot fill na. So I can fill the, I would say, missing values with that particular variable.
Okay. So, can you please explain me the difference between lock and ilock in pandas?
Sorry, sir, lock and ilock.
Yes.
Okay. So ilock is basically integer-based indexing. And I guess lock is kind of opposite of it. I'm not very well aware of them, but I know the basics.
Have you
So
ever
these are
used
basically,
group by in Python to aggregate data?
yes, sir. So group by, there is a separate function named dot group by. So it is kind of similar to SQL, where we aggregate data based, sorry, where we summarize non-aggregated data based on aggregated functions. Aggregated functions like sum, max, min, count, etc. So it goes like pd dot group by, and then we write the name of the columns, sorry, the data frames, both the
Mm.
data frames.
Mm.
Then there's a keyword named how.
Okay.
No, sorry, not how. We'll close the rounded brackets and then we'll write either dot sum, dot count, dot max. That's the Python function we use through
Mm-hmm.
which we have to aggregate the numerical data.
All right. Can we use average?
Yes, so we can.
Okay. So, how do you efficiently process a large CSV file? Let's say the CSV file is has 10 plus GB in Python. So, how are you going to use that?
So I guess one of the main method I can perform is data partitioning. So with the help of that, I can divide that particular CSV file into multiple CSV files and work independently on them. It would reduce the load on the database, sorry, on the Python server. And some other thing which I can do is, I guess I can compress the file to reduce the size of that particular CSV file.
Okay. Well, Aryan, let me come to Power BI part again.
Yes, sir.
Just Aryan, tell me, you have to write a DAX formula to calculate year to date YTD
Okay.
on sales. So how
On
would you write? Just write it in the chat box. A
Sure,
DAX
sir.
formula to calculate year to date sales.
Year-to-date sales. Okay. So
Yes.
first of all, we'll go in the formula bar and then write this DAX query. Name of the table, sales table. Like, I'm not so sure about this formula.
Hmm. Sure.
Not 100% sure, but I guess it's kind of in these
No
terms.
worries. So we all have heard about calculated columns and measures.
Yes, sir.
What actually it is? What's the basic difference between a calculated column and measure?
Okay. So in calculated columns, the calculation in performed is row by row operations. For example, there are two columns, and we want to create a new third column, which is named as a calculated column. So we take the first row of first column and the first row of second column. We'll perform the calculation on them and then store that in the first row of the third column. But in measures, we perform a column-wise operation. For example, we have to sum all the values in a particular column, or we have to average it, max, for example, anything. So we use them, and I guess there is one more difference. The measures do not actually takes extra storage in the Power BI environment, while the calculated columns do.
Okay. All right. So my next question is, let's say if you want to handle many to many relationship in Power BI, how would you like to do that?
Many to many relationships. Sure, sir. So when we open a Power BI dashboard, on the leftmost side, there are four icons. On the third icon, there is an option where we can create data models. So first of all, we'll get multiple tables over there. If I want to create a many-to-many relationship, what I'll do, I'll take the primary key of first table and the primary key of second table. Sorry, the foreign key of the second table. I'll drag the primary key to the foreign key, and then there will be a drop-down menu appeared. There, it will ask me under what condition I want to create this relationship, either one-to-one, one-to-many, or many-to-many. So there, I'll select the many-to-many option and then click OK. A many-to-many relationship will be established between both the tables. I guess this.
Fine. So are you aware of bookmarks and drill through?
Yes, sir, I am.
What is their use? Why do we use it?
Okay. So, sir, drill through, we basically use it to view the hierarchical structure of a data. For example, we have a structure which has year, quarter, month, and weeks. We use drill through. First of all, we'll have a line chart which only have a year data. If we click on drill through, we can then go into quarters, then months, and then weeks. If I talk about bookmarks, bookmarks stores the current stage of the dashboard. For example, I have hidden three visuals, which I don't want the user to see unless they click on a certain button. So I'll add a bookmark to that button that whenever a user clicks this, three visuals or so n number of visuals get appeared in front of them. So that is a bookmark.
Okay. So let's say you have already published a report on Power BI. Fine. So
Yes, sir.
now, how would you manage to refresh the data schedules?
Okay, sir. So first of all, when the data gets uploaded, there are two options, either direct query or import mode. If I'm using a direct query, then I guess I don't have to refresh the data eventually, as it automatically get refreshed. But if I'm using an import mode, there's a function named refresh data, and I can refresh the data either hourly, weekly, monthly. It's basically dependent on the frequency of how the data is getting integrated into my database. So we can, yes, we can
Okay.
either we can also automatically schedule the refresh. So we don't have to do it manually. It gets automatically done through the environment only.
Well, Aryan, when it comes to Excel, okay, just explain me what do you understand by Power Query and how it is used for data transformation.
Power Query. Sure, sir. So Power Query in Excel is basically used to perform three functions, which are E, T, L. E stands for extract, T stands for transform, sorry, T stands for transform, and L stands for load. With the help of T, which is transform, we can do multiple operations on the data. For example, handle missing values, reshaping the data, change the data types. Like by changing the data types, there are many times a problem where a data is some of the data is in US standard and some are in Indian standard. So we can convert those data with the help of function named using locale. And yes, it is basically used for data analysis part, I guess, mostly transformation part.
Okay, fine. So let's assume a scenario. All right. So let's say that your team member missed the deadline. Okay, right? So how would you handle that situation calmly?
So now I have to complete the task.
Uh, yes, you have to handle the situation. Okay,
Okay. So
the
first of
complete.
all, I'd like
Hmm.
please.
Yes, you have to handle the complete situation. Okay, end to end, you have to look forward with. So how are you going to do that?
Okay, sir. So first of all, I'd like to talk with my colleague, like what are the situations due to which he was not able to complete the deadline. If it was due to because of some family reasons or personal problems, I can talk to I would say the managers or something who have given them the responsibility. But if it is due to the procrastination part, I will hide kindly. I would say I would scold that person that this is not how it is done. It is a company base. They are paying us X amount of money, so we have to give that task till that deadline. And if after the deadline is crossed and we have to submit that task, I will try to
So
help that colleague.
yes, yes, please continue.
I would like to help that colleague in completing their tasks and meeting the second deadline, which is given by the manager or team leader.
So Adin, you said that you will scold that person, right?
Yes, sir. I
So
would try my best.
do you really think that being an autocratic leader will help you out sort the problem?
So I won't think that being an autocratic would help them, but there are conditions where we have to like I would say lighten up their mood due to I would say a lot of work pressure. But if the other person is doing something negative towards the company or towards their own career growth, there is a place I think I have to be the bigger person and try to like not like harshly scold them, but at least get them responsible enough to meet those deadlines, which
So
they have given commitment to the
yes.
leader.
So will you take the decision all of I mean of your own, or you will include someone else to resolve it?
Yes, sir. I will include all the like team members who are involved in that task and also the team leader who has given them the task to perform.
Okay. So Aryan, my last question would be uh, let's say uh, how do you balance stakeholders' request with technical feasibility?
It's for technical feasibility. Okay, sir. So first of all the requests which the stakeholders have given me, I'll try to write it down on a single piece of paper. Then I'll see what all services I can provide and on what all services I have to be like brushing up them or I have to learn the new techniques. So I'll try to create a roadmap and make three bullet points. First point consists all the crucial steps which I should have at any cost. The second step involves all those things that are important, but it is, I would say, debatable. And the third thing, which is not that important. So I'll try to learn those things within X amount of time if I'm not able to grasp them immediately. And yes, so that's it.
Okay, all right, Aryan. So that was all from my end. Thank you for your time. We'll get back to you with your feedback. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you, so have a great day too.